How's it going everyone, my name is BAYZY and welcome to another video. It's fair to say that Breakpoint has improved quite a bit since launch, and in this video I want to cover what my top 5 features that have been added since launch. You might have a different top 5, so do put them down below. I won't be covering story content, PvP or the raid within this video. If you do want me to cover that maybe in another video, then do tell me down below as well. But let's stop rambling, let's get straight into it. Starting with my first top feature of this video. We didn't get many features within episode 1, so it wasn't until episode 2 that we started to see more features added to the game, and that ultimately improved the game once that episode 2 hit. I think the main reason why it improved in episode 2 was because of the survey that happened in November 2019, and that allowed the community to suggest certain things that should be added to the game or shouldn't be added to the game. They did a full review of this and they totally improved the game past this point. So within the first update for episode 2, we got the Ghost experience. The Ghost experience introduced a brand new way in which you could modify your settings and modify the parameters within the game to create a completely unique experience that you want. When you booted up the game, you had the ability to choose from regular mode, immersive mode, or a custom experience of your choice. The brand new immersive experience allowed you to remove gear level and tiered loot entirely, and that was a feature that was requested by the community quite a bit since the launch of the game. Of course, Breakpoint didn't have the best of starts, and that was mainly because of the fact that there was a gear level system within the game. It was pretty much a looter shooter game. So adding this Ghost experience where you can modify loads of different things within the game to how you want it, it made the game much more enjoyable for the player base, and for me, I quite liked the fact that you could choose one weapon and your handgun. There was of course a bunch more different features such as modifying health regen, stamina levels, bandage quantity. All these different features really impacted the way that you played, and of course there was also 2 different difficulty modes, where you could change the difficulty of the enemies and also change the tactical difficulty. So I really think that this feature within the game has made the game pretty much Breakpoint 2.0 and set up Breakpoint for more changes down the line, such as the next feature, in which is AI teammates coming to the game within July 2020. The AI teammates is a feature that should have came much earlier in Breakpoint's life, but unfortunately it didn't. Well, there are quite a few changes that I would personally like to make, like improving on the commands that are currently within the game. I feel like AI Teammates has improved the game quite a bit, to be honest, and it's mainly because of how Wildlands had AI Teammates, and that was a really successful game when it came to your AI squad. Of course, just like Wildlands, commands are probably one of the things in which Ubisoft need to improve on for the future of Breakpoint, or in the next Ghost Recon game, make it a little bit more like SOCOM, where there are a plethora of different commands for your AI squad. I feel like the AI teammates livened up a world a little bit, made it a little bit more enjoyable to play because you have got them by your side at all points, which improves the game quite drastically. Another feature in which I've really enjoyed since the launch of the game was the resistance getting added to the world. Now this was added within the same update as the AI teammates, but it was in form of a live event, in which was live event 2, because live event 1 was the Terminator, and live event 2 was quite good. It had quite a few missions in it in which I found enjoyable in my opinion, and adding the resistance to the world made the world a little bit more live than this marshalled or abandoned island, and having those missions where you could take down the Sentinel bit by bit. I feel although it livened Breakpoint quite a bit, and I guess made it more fun to play. Of course this was removed after live event 2, but came back later on, which was within an update in November, which was titled update 3.0.3, which added the world modifiers within the game, which is my 4th feature in which I really enjoy within Breakpoint, where you could change the modifiers within the world to take off the Azro drones, take off drones within the world, take off helicopter patrols, and also add the Terminators roaming around the world, and also add the resistance. Having more features that are toggleable within Breakpoint, I feel though has changed the game completely, and as I mentioned, it's kind of like Breakpoint 2.0 at this point. So a little side feature which I want to also mention is Gunsmith changes. I feel the Gunsmith changes have improved since launch. I would like it to go a little bit further. Maybe you should have a little bit more freedom to how you modify your weapon. There's a lot more features of the weapon which you can maybe change. I did quite like the fact that you could change your trigger. But moving on to the last one, in which is the Darkest Night mode. Now this mode was fantastic. I feel this has totally improved the nights within the game, and it adds this immersion to the game which wasn't present before title update 3.0.3. The fact that you need to rely more on sound, in which I made a video on that the Ghost Recon team needs to work on sound importance within their next Ghost Recon game, but this reliance on sound within the Darkest Night mode instead of visually looking for your targets, I feel adds this immersion and realism to tactical operations at night. Those are my top 5 features plus the one for the Gunsmith changes. What are your top 5? Do tell me down below. I would really like to know. Maybe start some conversations down below. But that's the end of the video. Hope you have enjoyed. Do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.